See, work is important. Earning money is important. Without money, nothing is going to happen. Even this ashram or any ashram, this organization or any organization, of course, requires money. So, making money should not make you feel guilty, number one. Right? Actually, as per Gita, it says that if you are earning money and if you are going to spend it for right purposes, that is like when you feed your body, it is a yajna. Why? Because all the ebullitions of the food and the stuff which is going in is going to give health to your body. And with that healthy body, you will be doing all your various yogic practices. So if you don't eat, how will you do that? Even to do seva, physically, presenting yourself and doing all kind of chores requires energy in your body. Energy will come from food. Food will come from money. So again, the money is there. Yeah, if you are living in Himalayan region, like some of my great friends used to, so they never needed any clothing or this or that, because they are wearing just the Bhojapatra, these trees found in 14,000 plus height level, and they would just use that Bhojapatra to make a loincloth out of that. And they would just grow few potatoes and few kidney beans, and they'll just boil it and eat it. So there is no necessity of any kind. But, well, that's a little harsh and very, very austere life. And it isn't something which everybody can follow. So, if you are in the world, very much, and even Himalaya is in the world, that's not out of the world. So, even they are in the world. The only thing is that they have cut down their needs so much. And they don't have any mental ties, and they don't have any responsibilities, and they don't have electricity and phone bills, etc., to pay. So their whole time can be given to this. But when the case of a so-called normal person comes in, who has to work 8 to 9 hours every day, who has to obviously sleep for 6 to 7 hours every day, and then another 2 hours for your groceries and shopping and then cooking and eating and bathing and whatnot. So there is a very little time left, right? Now the point is, if you can squeeze out an hour every day, if not together, then maybe into parts. All the 1 hour is not a very big thing. People watch IPL matches, they give whole day to that. People watch tennis matches, they give good 5 hours to that. Cinema, 3 hours, going and coming, another 2 hours, 5 hours. Every weekend, every Sunday, they are spending. So, time is not the problem. The problem is prioritizing. So once you prioritize that I have to do my sadhana, so you go to bed little early so that you can wake up little early. And then you buy that time for yourself, which is priceless. And in that 1 hour, if you are, like say, half an hour of very attentive, awareful asana practice, and then another half an hour where you do your pranayam, which is impregnated with mantra too. So breath in, breath out, and the mantra is going in and out. And then you are working in, let me give you one equation, like you take in breath for 4, you exhale for 8. And in another month time, you make it like 5 to 10, then you 6 to 12, then 7 to 14, like that. So as you begin to increase the duration of your in and out of breath, you are bringing a beautiful discipline to your mind. And then when you are like traveling to workplace, working at your workplace, so do everything very attentively. And when you meet people and greet people, one way is you see their body, and another way is you see what is in the root. So Siya Ram mein sab jag jani. So Ram is doing some leela, sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes villainous, sometimes very friendly, sometimes very hardcore, angry. But all these unique pieces which you will meet, I am calling all them pieces, well. Unique characters, okay. Huh? So all these different characters are actually who? There is just oneness in that absolute reality. Everything is one. We are all one. The differences are of the body and the differences are of the mind. So dealing everyone in such a way changes the color of your work. Yes, you are working, but what way you are going to work? So it's not about not doing any work. It's about changing the color of your work. Like if you are commuting from your house to your workplace, say it's a 40-minute drive, say it's a 1-hour drive. Now that drive time, you can either listen to some commercial Hindi music, or you can listen to bhajan, or you can listen to some kirtan, or you can listen to some satsang. You have your iPods if you are in a train or a metro. If you are alone in a car, well, you are the boss. You can listen to whatsoever. And seeing the fleeting colors of the universe and every time acknowledging this, that what is now present will change tomorrow. So seeing the changes brings you more closer to that which never changes. And that's your own true being. So being a drashta, being an observer, you are observing the whole world, including your own body, breath and mind. So your work can't put you down. So don't be guilty that you are working 6 to 8 hours. No. Working is important. Working is yagna. Never undermine your work. Never. Never allow anybody to say this, oh, you are just a sansari person. Oh, you are not. You are doing a yagya. So being watchful, being attentive, using your intellect, not in analyzing, just reminding yourself there is one factor which is going to change, that is drishya, the seen, and there is one who will never change, the invincible, and that's your own true self, the non-changeable entity. So am I the observer observing all the activity of body and mind, or am I becoming part of that scene and totally forgetting my own reality? So being a witness to your own body, mind and breath. So the work is happening in the body and the mind. And you are kind of creating that distance in between your mind and body. So this is the acknowledgement which you are giving to yourself. I am not this body alone. So working and eating and sleeping and physical intimacy and making kids is just one part of the one dimension, your physical dimension. The activity is happening over there. But that is not all. You are much more than that. So giving an hour every day in the morning, and if you have time, then don't waste it on Facebook and WhatsApp. Start a series of a satsang. I have lately done so many Vedantic scriptures. So begin with one, just follow it. Maybe just 2 shlokas every day, maybe 3 verses, every day. Get that concise Gita which I have given. It's a small handy book, keep it anywhere. Just go through 2 shlokas, go through the meanings and just contemplate on that. And let's go ahead and do your work. Who is stopping you from working? So don't create this division. Oh, this is world and this is me, and poor me is kind of stuck in this worldly chores. No. This world is very much divine as you are. But you just need to see who you are and what is what. So losing this identification with the body, I'm not this body, neither this body is mine. I'm not the mind and intellect, neither it is mine. But because I'm using this, I have to take care of this. So bringing a discipline in mind, bringing a discipline in your body, bringing a discipline in your thinking. And you go about and do the things what you are supposed to do. Sri Rama got all the Brahma Vidya from Yogi Vasishta, but then did he become a yogi and just retired in a jungle? No. He was a prince, he worked like a prince, then he became a king. Then he was banished to the forest. Fine, he goes in there, 14 days happily loving the forest life. And then Sitaji gets kidnapped, and then he goes, wages war. And he doesn't say, oh, it's all Maya, doesn't matter. So no, he goes and he wages a war and kills Ravan and gets his wife back. Comes back to his kingdom, gets throned, and then rules his kingdom with justice and love, and lived with beautiful dignity. Was exemplary found in his character. And that's why even today, after more than so many thousands of years, and yet everybody is dreaming of getting that Ram Rajya back again. Where everyone has freedom and everyone has liberty and everybody is trying to be as sattvic, as pure as they can. And everybody is trying to perform their duties and responsibilities with great conscience, which people have lost now. A wonderful Zen master, his name was Bokuju. So he had a small school, like a monastery, and students used to live there. So one day a student went with a cup of tea to offer to the master, and as he was walking in his room, and he heard Bokuju's voice, his master's voice, and he was saying very loud, Bokuju, may you have a great day. You are such a great gentleman. Nobody is learned like you. Such a blessed you person. And he was wondering to whom is he talking? Because he could recognize it is Bokuju who is speaking. And he is applauding himself and acknowledging himself and appreciating himself and giving good compliments to himself. So he couldn't hold his amazement. So he offered the tea, did the salutation, sat down, and he said, Master, one question. Ask. I have never seen anybody, and out of all you, a master is supposed to be the humble, and here you are going gaga on yourself and appreciating and praising yourself. Bokuju said, in the morning when the sleep goes away, I meet the first person is me. So who is best? Who is best? Me. So I am not going to wait for somebody to give me blessings and compliments. I give it to myself. So he is talking about himself like he is talking about other person. So maybe you can copy this nature of Bokuju. So every morning when you get up, take your own name and say all the good and best things. I do this to my dogs also. And I do this to human beings also. Because for me the forms are different, Just the physical forms are different. Inside it's the same thing. Right? So give that good feeling, good compliment, good appraisal to yourself. Don't wait for your boss or wife or somebody to give you that. Give that enough to yourself. And then when you meet somebody, it's like meeting your own reflections. So you won't be nasty with anybody. And if somebody is still nasty, well, that's a comical character who is in front of you. Enjoy the show, free show. You don't even have to pay. So it's okay. Just learn to love it, then learn to appreciate it, and learn to work on whatever fallacies or weaknesses you have. So don't be in a rush to be a perfect person. It will take time. Love your work, whatever it is. Do it nicely. Appreciate people around you. Don't complain all the times. This bad habit, don't complain all the times. Learn to accept. What you can't accept, then run away.